did you feel out there, and where do you evaluate? How do you evaluate where you're at this point in the spring?
I feel great, man. It's truly just about getting the reps in and getting the work in, making sure the pitch count stays high, turning innings over, turning lineups over. So it's all good work, man. Working on a few things out there, working on throwing a few new pitches where I want, but my arm and my body feel great. So just get on my routine and get ready for the next start.
And obviously, a year ago is when kind of sports are shutting down, and MLB delayed spring training, eventually canceled it. What do you remember from that day when everything was shut down?
To be honest, man, I don't remember much. I just, like you said, I just remember just being a super shock. Everyone was kind of like, what's going on, what's happening next, and no one really knew honestly what to do. So it's good to be a year removed from there and kind of transitioning back to normal times.
Thank you.
Your next question comes from Tony DeComo.
Hey, Marcus, a couple nice plays behind you from Guillorme today. I'm curious, as a guy who generates a lot of ground balls, if having some premium defenders behind you is something that you look for, something you might ask for, or it totally doesn't matter who's behind you when you're pitching?
Totally doesn't matter, man, and not something I'd ever ask for. Or I just compete, man, and I love everybody that I have behind me who's ever out there on the field, and I truly have the confidence in every single guy to get the job done. So that's not something that honestly ever enters my mind.
Thank you.
Your next question comes from Tim Britton.
Hey, Marcus, I think you threw one curveball, I think, to Dickerson today. That's a pitch you haven't thrown as much the last few years. What do you like about that, especially the slow curveball that you threw?
Honestly, it's just a pitch that I flash in the game every once in a while. I have other weapons, so it's not a pitch that needs to be dominant, or it's more to slow guys down, more timing guys, more to literally just have them see something else. So it's just in their back of the head that there's a slow pitch kind of in my repertoire, but never a pitch that's going to be an out pitch or a pitch that I'll use much.
And you talked about working on some new pitches. We've talked about the split change before. Is there anything else you're trying to work in at this point in spring?
No, just definitely the split change, more four seams up, which I've been throwing and I've had pretty good success there. And just getting ultimate feel for my slider. So that's a pitch that I rely on, and I feel like I can throw to anybody. So it's a matter of just mastering and tinkering and just sharpening and all the tools at this point going into the season.
Yeah, how did you feel with the slider throughout today?
Oh, great. My slider feels great, man. It's a pitch that I can definitely feel like I could go to in any count.
Thanks.
Your next question comes from Ed Coleman.
Hey, Marcus. Yeah, I was going to ask about the slider too, whether you were working on that or focusing on it. It looked like you threw some good ones today.
Yeah, that's just a pitch that honestly, it's been such a good pitch for me, and I haven't even thrown it that much in the past. So just kind of linking with all the analytics guys and kind of adapting my game and starting to kind of incorporate some of these numbers that were being fed rather than just going off what I feel I should throw. It just gives me more confidence, honestly, and more weapons to go to. So yeah, the slider's a weapon of mine, and when throwing it more, it opens up my ability to do other things in the zone with other pitches. So yeah, slider is definitely something that's going to get used this year.
Did you have your eyes opened a little bit because of the analytics to the slider, that you can use it more and use it in certain spots?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, I've been open, man. I'm definitely not stubborn or definitely not stuck in my ways when it comes to learning and adapting. So I want to hear all the information possible around me. And me and David Lang, who's one of the analytics guy here, we're always talking, man, about kind of how to attack guys, what pitches profile best. And a big thing that we come up with is just the ability of my slider to limit barrels and hard hit percentage. So I've always been pitched off my fastball, my sinker in the past, but the game is changing. So I'm trying to learn how to change with it.
Gotcha. Thanks.
Your next question comes from Justin Toscano.
Hey, Marcus, that was kind of similar to my question. Is like some guys would be the opposite of you, pitchers especially, like they go off how they feel. They don't really trust the numbers as much. Why are you different from that? Like, when did you start to trust them? Could you go through your mindset on that?
I've always been someone who has just competed and gone off field. Like I honestly didn't even look at lineups for a lot of my career. I just wanted to go out there, make my body feel the best, keep my mind clear, and just kind of go off my strengths. And like I said, I'm always just trying to adapt. And if there's an opportunity to get better, why would I not take that opportunity? So I'm trying to merge both now. Obviously, I feel like I have great feel, and I'm always going to side with confidence pitch in my mind, but why not add a little bit of analytics and information that's literally telling me, hey, Stro, when you feel like you don't have the feel, this is something that you can go back to. So I'm learning, man. I'm learning. I'm always in bullpens, just literally learning about pitch profiles, how they work, why they work, tunneling. I'm trying to be the best pitcher I could be in this game.
Your final question comes from Greg Joyce.
Hey, Marcus, do you like how that slider plays off your sinker too? I think the at bat to Cooper, you had thrown a few sinkers and then threw the slider and it looked like both are pretty good. Does that kind of swing tell you that that kind of plays off each other pretty well?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Those will always pair well. And like I said, I'm also throwing a four seam up as well now to kind of change eye levels as far as batters. Because when batters face me, they kind of take away the upper part of the plate. They kind of say sinker, slider, everything's down. So the four seam is a weapon that I'll be able to use as well. So like I said, man, I'm learning, I'm adapting. I'm just trying to incorporate all the information and put it into my game.
Thanks.